Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Selling with Corey, where I basically document my print-on-demand journey for what I have going on. And we do this as kind of like a sit-down chit-chat series with what I'm doing for my print-on-demand businesses. So today we are going to talk about how much money I have spent on print-on-demand stores as of right now. Now, like I've said before, I have been doing this for a little over a month, about a month and a half I've been doing this. So we are going to go back to the beginning and start from beginning to end as to how much money I've spent. I have it all written down so that I don't forget anything. So if you see me looking down periodically, I'm just double checking my notes to make sure I have prices right, or I'm doing like looking at who I'm doing it through right, who I paid, what amount. So yeah, we're just going to go through and I'm going to give the grand total at the end for how much I have spent in probably about the past month and a half. So let's start with my Fiverr designs. So I've mentioned in previous videos where I did have a Fiverr designer design 13 for me. They originally had it 12 but ended up giving me 13 in the end. After the fee that they charge and the tip for the designer and then the Fiverr fees that come out of everything, it all ended up being $40 roughly that I paid through Fiverr to get 13 designs. I also bought designs from an Etsy store where I had to buy their license in order to use it for a print-on-demand service, as well as all of the designs themselves. I bought a bunch of holiday designs from this store, and that was $20 that I spent at that store for the holiday designs that I'm going to be unveiling throughout the rest of the year. I actually will probably have a video later this month on what I'm doing with that, but I will be unveiling the holiday designs as the year goes on. So that was $20 that I spent on that. Adding in the listings that I have through Etsy, obviously Etsy is 20 cents a listing. So depending on how many listings you have, kind of depends on how much of this you're going to spend. So this obviously depends per person, what you're comfortable with. And you can set those listings up to manually renew, or you can renew them yourself. I personally have them set up to where I'm going to renew them myself if I want to. That way, if I have designs that aren't getting a lot of traffic, I'm not going to renew them. I'm just going to take them off my shop. No big deal. I don't want to pay 20 cents for something that's just going to be sitting there. Positives though, the designs sit there for 4 months. So once you pay that 20 cents a listing through Etsy, it is 4 months of those designs last for, or those products last for, and you can take them down before or just wait until it's time to auto renew. So I spent roughly $9 on my listings for my Etsy shop. Yes, I uploaded quite a few listings, and I uploaded some at the end of June that were supposed to be 4th of July listings, but obviously they weren't going to get out in time, so nobody ever bought my 4th of July listings. Now I'll know for next year I need to post them like end of May, beginning of June kind of era. So let's see what I have here. Sorry if I keep looking down. I want to make sure that obviously I'm getting all of my price points. I had it all written down in my little notebook so I don't forget anything. So I also put money into my Printful wallet. Now Printful is really good this way. I like it personally. You can put money into your Printful wallet where it's a one-time fee. You do have to have a credit card or debit card on hand with Printful in case you run out of money in your Printful wallet. That way people aren't going without their products until you make it on there to put money in your wallet. But I just started off by putting $100 into my Printful wallet because I didn't expect to really sell a lot in the first month or to sell a lot in the first couple of months. So I figured if I just put $100 in, that should be more than enough to sustain me until I start getting those orders in on a more regular basis. And then once I get those orders in on a more regular basis, I'll probably put more money in there. That way Printful is not pulling out of my bank account literally every time somebody makes an order through Etsy, which is part of the thing why I like Printful so much. So the next thing I did was I did do a test Etsy order, which I have talked about this in my previous Etsy video. I did a test Etsy order where I ordered one of my own designs from Etsy. It was labeled $20 at the time when I ordered it. Plus I had to pay shipping and handling, so I paid about $24 for that shirt just so that I could see how the Printful worked, how everything integrated, because I wanted to make sure I kind of had an idea of how it worked before I had my real live order. So that was $24 that I spent on like a tank top that I had bought for myself. So this brings, oh no, sorry, this is why I have my notebook. I'm missing one thing. for the month of July, I did decide to go ahead and do Etsy ads for my Etsy shop. Now, Etsy ads is really nice. You can choose a minimum of $1 a day up to, I think it's like $20 or more a day. I just did it for $1 a day just to kind of test it out, see how it went, what people liked, what people clicked on. So for the month of July, I did $1 a day, and they only charge you per clicks. So if you have 0 clicks for the month, you're not going to pay anything in the ads. I had roughly 11 clicks for the month, so I didn't have a lot of ad clicks. I don't know if that's because of how low my advertising budget was, or if that's because of the fact that, not a lot of people liked the designs I had out. But I only had 11 clicks on my ads, which gave me $3 that I owed Etsy for the month of July for my click ads, which honestly isn't that bad. Obviously, if my store was more popular, it would probably be paying out more a month. But considering the fact that was my first month, it was only $3. Unfortunately, it did not generate any orders for me, but $3 is better than nothing, obviously. So that brings our Etsy total for what I spent on basically everything that involves Etsy for the first month and a half to $196. Now, this is just Etsy alone. It's not bad. Obviously, this isn't going to be the same for everybody. If you're a graphic designer or if you have graphics that you can use already, you're obviously not going to be paying Fiverr or other companies / people to create these designs for you like I did. But because I'm just kind of like an average Joe, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm still learning this kind of stuff, I purchased my designs to start with, and this is what it cost me for my first month. Okay, so now that we've gone through what Etsy cost me for my first month and a half, give or take, let's talk about what Amazon cost me. Now, Amazon is a little bit more, but that's because I tried to purchase my way out of tier 10 as of the recording of this video. Probably about the time I posted as well. I have not been tiered out of tier 10 just yet, but this was an attempt to obviously tier me out of tier 10. So in my little Amazon, under that listing, I also listed the same $40 through Fiverr, because obviously I'm using the same designs that I got from Fiverr on Etsy and on Merch by Amazon. They were originally geared towards Merch by Amazon, but I'm not going to put my designs on just one and not the other. To try to maximize my sales, obviously I want to use both. So the first thing is obviously the $40 I spent on Fiverr for those 13 designs. So the second thing I did was I purchased Photoshop. Now, this is not necessary. I want everybody to know this is not a must-have necessary thing that you have to do to sell on Merch by Amazon. This is for me. So the reason why I purchased Photoshop, it was $20 off, which honestly, anytime it's on sale, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and snatch it up because it's on sale. So yes, it was $20 off. And on top of that, the designs that I got through Etsy, I had to re-download, reshape, reintegrate. Basically, I had to make them so that they were the proper dimensions for Merch by Amazon so that I can use them on Merch by Amazon. Because Merch by Amazon has a particular size that you have to use for your photos and your uploads through them. So I purchased Photoshop so I could take those Etsy designs and go ahead and resize them to fit the Merch by Amazon requirements. So obviously you don't have to do this. You can always just get your designs to where they are already in that Merch by Amazon requirements. But like I said, because I bought them through Etsy, I had to resize them to fit Merch by Amazon. So I bought Photoshop that was $80. Now, obviously, this isn't the only thing I'm going to use Photoshop for, so I will get my money's worth out of it with other things. But this is obviously one of my expenses for what I bought. Now, I also purchased my 10 designs through Amazon to help tier me out of tier 10 to hopefully move towards tier, I think it's 25 is the next one up. And I bought 10 of my own designs to go ahead and tier up, and that cost me $140 to buy the 10 designs. So obviously my designs are purchased at, are price set at $13.99 a design. Everybody does them differently, but from all of the different videos I watched, everybody says to start them off at the lowest to where you're still getting a profit, but at the lowest to where you're kind of approachable. And then once the designs start selling, slowly raise the price of the designs. So going by what everybody says, I did my designs at $13.99 a design. So that brought up to about $140 after buying 10 designs. So this brings my Merch by Amazon price, including the Fiverr. Yes, I know we're doing Fiverr twice, but just for repurposes, if somebody wants to look at just the Etsy part or just the Merch by Amazon part, you have both of them. So altogether for Merch by Amazon, it was $260. Now, obviously, Merch by Amazon is going to be cheaper because I didn't have to worry about Printful. I didn't have to go put money into my Printful account. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Merch by Amazon is a little bit more, but that's just because I bought my way out of tier 10. If you don't buy your way out of tier 10, Merch by Amazon will be cheaper because you don't have to put money into Printful. You don't have to pay to have this stuff up on Merch by Amazon for Amazon to sell it. It's just upload and go. If you know you have a great design that's going to sell really quick, then I say just upload and go. Don't worry about buying your 10 designs. But I wanted to tier up for the holidays so that I want to get more designs, and I will probably do the same once I see how the tier up works. Once I get some holiday designs up, I might buy my own designs to help tier up again. So we'll kind of address that as everything comes and go from there. But the grand total of everything that I spent, from my designs to posting on Etsy to getting Printful ready to posting on Merch by Amazon, is $456. Now, if you take away that extra $40, because that $456 does count that $40 with Fiverr twice, I spent $416 with the first month and a half with my print on demand. This is why I've said in previous videos, this is not something super quick. You're not going to make money. It's not like it's free unless you're a graphic designer or unless you already have Photoshop and you can make those designs with just the text base from Photoshop, which is an option. We will explore that later, and I will be testing that out. That is on my to-do list. I have a little to-do list going on what I want to test out. So you could potentially obviously do this cheaper. This is just what I have personally spent in the last month and a half, starting my print-on-demand services and getting the ball rolling. This probably is not a typical amount of money that people spend, but I want to be transparent about what I've spent, why I'm spending, what I'm spending it on, and kind of see how it all works out for me. And this is the perk that you get. You get to see how this all works out for me. So you can either learn from what I'm doing or tend to do the same thing. What you do is obviously completely up to you. So if you want to follow my journey with my print-on-demand services, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you hit that thumbs up and like it. And I will be posting videos out soon about my first month with Etsy for print on demand and my first month with merch on Amazon. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.